So you guys just finished your practice. Now, what really brought you guys back together after taking a couple years off?
I just missed playing music with these guys, to be honest with you. I mean, like I had all the old songs. I kept listening to them. One day I just I want to listen to these songs again, and it sparked and it got in me. And then after that, we phoned them up and like we should get together. You know, we should do this, make this happen again. You know, and we had a little reunion, so to speak. And you know, it just kind of blossomed from there. We just had some different ideas. We started jamming again. Started bringing things back together, and we got those old feelings started, you know, kind of sparking back up again. And yeah, like we started taking a different approach to our songwriting and, you know, different things that we were doing like that. And like before, we'd one of us would come together and just, you know, make a song, right? And then we'd all kind of get together and then put it together. But at this point, we were all just kind of jamming, and things were just melding, and, you know, everything was fresh and new, and it felt really, really good, you know. So we just kind of kept running with it, and, you know, we got all the different songs that we played earlier today. It was all just
collective
stuff that,
effort.
yeah, like even down to the names. Like we'd sit there and we'd just brainstorm as to different ideas we had from the actual feelings that we got from the songs. And from those drove the actual names, and, you know, the lyrics that I wrote, you know, after we played the songs. A lot of those were driven from just, you know, different feelings and stuff like that we had from the actual songs. So I mean, like, it felt right. It was the time.
Yeah. And we stayed in each other's lives, stayed in contact. So we were always hanging out, and there was instruments around. It was kind of inevitable that we'd actually just start playing music together again.
We've always been so close. I mean, yeah. The addition of Matt as well. I mean, he's been a great asset to the band. I mean, like, he really, you know, ties a lot of the different sounds that we have together, and I think he just really, you know, fills it out, and he really paints an excellent picture with what he's doing on the keys. And I actually can't wait to get him a mic to actually, you know, start singing. It's going to be great. I mean, like, we're going to have a lot of different capabilities soon enough. I mean, we're definitely broadening the scope of what we were doing before, and just, you know, taking it in a whole new direction at this point. You know, like, whatever's good is good. You know, if we like the sound of it, we're going to play it. We don't really care if people like it or not, you know. If we like it, that's what we're doing. You know, it's more, you know, we've taken less of a serious approach from it, and just, you know, we're just doing what feels good, you know. And if it feels good, we're just going to do it, you know. This guy's going to laugh right here behind me. I know he's going to, because he's a prick, but
Oh, Mike.
There he goes.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You're my friend.
Just because you want to do it. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Got out of the system.
Yeah. That's happened at least once, so. Yeah.
Now, what are you guys going to play? Like, so when you play live, are you going to play the stuff off your original album? Are you going to add more songs to it, or?
We're trying to take like a fresh approach. You know? Yeah. I mean, we can jam these songs in the basement here, and it's fun. It's nostalgic, but we want to move forward.
Yeah. And like the songs that came off the last album were, they'd been rehearsed by us. You know, we had this revolving door of bassists, right, that just kept coming through, and, you know, we just kept relearning the same songs again and again. So I mean, that was one of the reasons that in my opinion, that, you know, drove us apart to begin with, just because we didn't have the ability to be able, not the ability, but the availability to be able to, you know, just start making those fresh tracks and stuff like that. So that's you know, one of the things that I touched on earlier, just being able to create new things and stuff like that was huge for the reunion. So I mean,
and again, Matt really helps with that, with the keyboards added.
It took us in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys working on recording anything? Or are you gonna put that off for a little bit and just play a couple more shows before you get into it again?
Very soon we're actually going to begin the recording process. It's probably going to be DIY, just do it yourself. We're going to record it ourselves, release it ourselves.
And we already recorded Extinguish. I mean, we started that a while ago, but you know, we finished it up, and that was actually one of the first debuts that we had when we first got back together. It was just, you know, let's finish this song, let's get it good, and you know, we were really happy with the recording value that came out of it. So I mean, at that point we're just like, well, let's just do this ourselves. I mean, like, why do we need other people to record this? I mean, we can do it ourselves, layer by layer, and just, you know, get together, have some fun.
Any pressure or outside opinions. We can just do it. Exactly. On our own time.
It makes sense. You know?
Yeah. Now, even though you guys are going for a fresh approach, are you going to go back to songs that might have died off before?
I'd like to.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Oh, there's definitely a lot.
Well, that's definitely the upside to Matt being in the band, right? I mean, like some of the old songs, like Falter, we played that a couple different times, and just with some of the keys that he tosses in, like he's got the cello thing that goes on there, right? And I mean, like it sounds so good, and it adds so much to the old songs that we have. Like we're definitely going to continue playing probably a couple of them at least, just to kind of revamp them and stuff that we just dug them, when we played them, they sounded good. So it's just, kind of the approach that we're taking, like I said before, even if it feels good, do it, so, yeah.
Are you guys having problems finding shows for yourselves? Being kind of a new band once again?
No, actually. It was very easy. Like, when we got the opening gig with Diener from Fubar, it was as simple as us just emailing the promoter and saying, we're back, we'd like to do a show. And that's all it really takes now, is because we had a reputation, we built a local following, and all we had to do was announce our return, and shows are being offered to us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We managed to actually keep that following, We thought like after a year and a half, people would forget, but people didn't forget. They actually grew just as fond of us as, we missed our stigma that we created, and we found that our following also did.
Yeah. Were you guys surprised by that?
We were,
Yeah.
because we didn't actually realize just how many people we had touched, and, we saw that fan base just stay there. They didn't leave or anything like that. Nobody really left, and especially when we had the reunion show, because so many people came back out and like, hey, I just started listening to the album again. Like I've been listening to that album. They like people just came out of nowhere, out of the woodwork, right? And just like, we did this, we did that, and we're so sad. Like I can't wait to see you guys play again. We get a lot of those different kind of comments, and it was really rejuvenating to be able to have that kind of effect brought upon you. Just to be missed that much. I don't get that often, so I mean, like, people don't miss Mike Brown.
I miss you, Mike Brown. I miss you all the time.
Like, to have that, from a whole, encompassing perspective, I mean, it really meant a lot to us. So, I mean, that's one of the other reasons why we just, have kept it going.
Yeah. How's that giving you a push to get new material out as soon as you can?
Not really. I mean, like, we've definitely taken our time with it. We want to make sure that we're, doing the right thing by us. We're not going to push it out as fast as we can. We're going to take our time to it. And, we've made sure that, we've made the proper progress with different songs and stuff like that. And, we haven't debuted them too early. We haven't debuted them too late either, to the point where we're, like, nitpicking over every single goddamn thing. And you're like, I don't like the way that sounds.
Debuted any songs prematurely or anything. We have to make sure we're all comfortable with the song before we premiere it.
Mm-hmm.
We're very relaxed as a band, and like Mike said, we just want to take our time, and you can't really rush, I guess, the end result of what you're looking for. But
yeah,
we're gonna be very selective with shows. Like we'll play like once a month or something, but we're only gonna accept offers where we feel like it's worth our time, because. That was one of the reasons we broke up before, is because we were playing too many shows, right? We were just playing way too many shows. We just kind of burned out.
Yeah, we didn't get the time to make new songs, we were just constantly rehearsing the same old songs, and that's one of the main reasons why we're going to space ourselves in terms of shows, right? I mean, like, yeah, if we get a good show that comes up and we feel that we really want to play it, we'll jump out and we'll throw our name out there. If we get it, great. If we don't, no problem. It just gives us more time to be able to, get on that creative end, and just, ride that bus down the street, see where that takes us, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, who knows, But, end result being, we just got back together to play music with each other. We really, really missed just getting together and jamming. That was really what drew us back together.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we're all here. We're all in the city. Why not? Why not?
Mm.
Are you guys going to keep it local, or are you going to do a little bit of touring to Ottawa or Toronto or anything like that?
Well, the band is kind of like an easygoing band. That's the whole idea. So probably not too much.
Actually moving at the end of the year down to Carleton Place. So, I mean, they probably won't get to jam just as much, but I mean, like, it being local in Carleton Place, to be able to touch on different spots down there.
Not likely. I'm from there.
Fair enough, but Ottawa isn't that far away, so I mean,
there? What is
yeah,
that?
there's some different things that we can.
No, there's one.
Yeah, there's maybe one. Yeah. That's all right. No,
we'll play there.
It's all right.
We'll play there every week.
Every single week we will play there and kill it. fucking kill it.
Maybe 3 times.
But
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe.
That's reasonable.
That's on the lighter side, but sincerely, like, you know, we just kind of want to, you know, get together and play some tunes. So I mean, like, if whatever shows kind of come up, if, you know, like we were talking before, like Kurt said, you know, if it feels worthwhile to us to do it, we'll travel, you know, to do it. But, you know, there's no pressure on us, basically.
Yeah. We just want to have fun. We're not a career driven right now. It's just friends playing music.
Yeah.
Being offered, you know, such great shows too is in our own town. I mean, we're having fun that way, right?
Yeah. Like we just played with Holly McNarlin, you know, that was a great show. I mean, like, everybody, we're all like, oh, we actually got this. We applied for Holly McNarlin, and, you know, we got Holly McNarlin. It was great. And then the Foo Bar show.
Negotiation. I was like, yeah, sure, you guys can play.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it up, you know. And it was great because, I mean, like, you know, we grew up with those songs, and, you know, it just drove that nostalgia, and we're like, yeah, would love to play that, you know. And like the Foo Bar thing, you know, with Diener coming through, you know, that was great.
I guess we'd be playing a show with Diener.
No. We'd stay up late, you know, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you know, and watching Foo Bar fucking do liner, you know, and like all that different stuff that he goes on with. But like when it comes right down to it, like Kurt said, we never saw ourselves, you know, sitting there playing side by, well, not necessarily side by side, but, you know, like standing stage side while, you know, Diener is literally right 2 feet from you, you know, and like different stuff like that, you know. So I mean, it's great. I mean, to be able to come back to a music scene that has, you know, come along in a ways, but at the same time, you're able to still find a spot in that music scene. I mean, that's extremely important for any band really coming up right now. I mean, like the local names have changed quite a bit since we had first started. You know, coming in here back in, what, 2007?
Yeah. A lot of our,
I mean,
peers, those bands have, well, disbanded.
Yeah. You know, like a lot of different people just broke off, went different directions. And, you know, we've managed to hold our own through here. You know, we did break up, and when we broke up, there was a lot of different bands doing the exact same thing at that exact same time. So, I mean, it seemed like the music scene that we, you know, had, well, the little cult of scene that we had created seemed to have dissolved. But I mean, you know, we came back, we found ourselves, the scene still existed, but there were different players in the game, you know. So, I mean, it was definitely interesting to come back into a time like that. So, I mean,
it was definitely interesting once Terrestrial started doing shows and you were with Hit the Pedestrian. Yeah. We were doing shows together. It wasn't like a blood match, but
it was, you know, there was definitely some...
Pull each other's cords out of the amps, fucking kicking a guitar on the ground. Yeah. Eat shit, asshole!
I don't know, I was pretty jealous because they were so awesome.
Yeah.
Hit the Pedestrian was great, you know, I'm not going to lie, but...
I thought about sabotaging.
I wanted to be in that band.
I'd sit there and I'd see Terrestrial playing all the different shows and stuff like that. You know, I just was jealous. You know, it's not necessarily show wise, but, you know, like, I don't know. I was just jealous to be, you know, not so involved in the scene anymore. You know, like it was different. You know, like Beautiful Inferno would come from playing, you know, shows all the time, shows. That's what we were big on, and, you know, then I'm not playing shows anymore with Beautiful Inferno. You know, it was just, I felt so detached right away. Like I felt like, I don't know, a broken cog in a watch, you know, it's just kind of hanging there and just kind of not moving, doing anything. I felt very distilled, you know, and it was different. It gave me time to grow on my own. You know, I definitely evolved vocally, and because that's all that I was doing with Hit the Pedestrian was just singing and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, it gave me the option to be able to progress my vocals and stuff a little bit further. I definitely, you know, been able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. You know, I know different ranges in my own voice and stuff like that, and it's been able to help us since we've been back to, well, me at least, you know, in terms of finding different vocal melodies, you know, knowing different things to do with my voice, you know, like I know what the voice can do, I know what it, you know, can flop around with, you know, and helps when we're jamming, throwing stuff together, you know. I don't necessarily sing words, but, you know, it's better. it's better, yeah.
Find the melody first, fill it in with words later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you guys have any expectations on where the new incarnation is going to take us? Or do you really care at this point in time?
I think, again, it's just back to having fun, just playing music, and we're going to do the recording, but again, it's more for ourselves and, you know, to share with family and friends. And yeah, as long as we keep having fun, I think that's the direction we'll go, wherever it takes us.